this spring, and you know, the teachers were, they enjoyed it because the history that they didn't know that we had. That's cool.
Now, is that for, I'm not, because I misspeak sometimes, is that for, it's 250 for the country, right?
Yes.
Not for the country, okay. You said for the state of West Virginia, so that's what confused me, so it,
Oh, no, the state's only 100.
since 1863, right, I understand. Okay,
I just finished doing a whole bunch of stuff for that for the train.
that's fine, okay, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Dean.
You are quite welcome.
Okay, now number 4, presentations. Rick Hillebrand, our delegate, will present a check for $5,000 to be used for the playground at South Branch Elementary.
Mr. Rick, we were supposed to have some people here.
I thought that there were
Yeah.
supposed to be. Now, Ms.
Would you
Morris?
like to hang around just a few more minutes?
I typically stay till you guys say adjourn, so.
Okay.
I
If you don't mind, we'll kind of delay it until,
Sure.
Miss Brandy, because Ms. Moore said that Brandy was coming.
Yeah. They don't know where the board's meeting now, that's the issue.
Yeah.
Everybody has to readjust.
Yeah.
Okay, and then letter B, Denise Hott, treasurer, will give an update on surplus items.
Okay, so operator error, I forgot to hit a button, but we missed like half of Jean, sorry Jean.
Oh, hey.
But Adam is in Texas checking on me, and so I got you, Adam. Anyways, so it is officially, you can see y'all now.
Okay.
Anyways, I just wanted to touch base with you all to give you an update on where we are with surplus and where we gotta be. So obviously Springfield's gone and that is finished. So right now we're focused on Romney Elementary because we have to be out of that building soon. Mr. Collett and Junior and I will be going over a timeline with the architects in the next couple weeks to determine like deadlines, like when are we gonna be totally out of that building. The goal is so that we can bring contractors in to be able to bid the job. So like if I decide to leave that chair sit there, then they know that chair has to go, they're responsible for that chair. So that's the purpose of us having a deadline to try and get stuff out of there. So we just have to coordinate some schedules and just get that done. So hopefully soon we'll be able to let you know for sure when our drop dead date is to try and be out of Romney Elementary. So right now we are selling stuff on Gov Deals. In the last 2 weeks we've sold $22,000 worth of stuff. So for whatever reason it has become popular. People are starting to know we're posting stuff there and there's actually becoming some bidding wars on it. So Crystal goes almost daily. If you can't find her here, you will find her at Romney Elementary. If she's not taking a picture and measuring something, she's meeting somebody, bravely, sometimes by herself, to meet people, to pick stuff up. So it's just a process that we're going through to be able to do that. So that's kind of where we're at now. The goal is to have a silent auction at Romney Elementary, but quite frankly, as efficient as she is right now, if she can get it all sold that way,
Oh, yes.
by all means.
Yes.
I'm like, go ahead, keep selling. So, you know, and so right now we have a person that pretty much bought everything that was on sale for us this week. So as people like, hey, we're looking for such and such, if you know of people that are looking for something that might be in one of our buildings, if you let us know. We are concentrating on Romney Elementary right now simply because we really need to get out of there. You know, Slainsville here is not going anywhere. So we still have time to sell this, you know, at some point in time. So that's kind of where we're at. At some point, we'll probably be like, okay, we're done. We've exhausted our resources. There might be a point in time where you say, hey, the building's open. Come take what you want. If you tell me to knock something down so you can have a brick, y'all can make some of those decisions once we get that timeline. So as soon as we get that finalized, we'll share that with you all so that you can kind of be mindful of like what you would like us to do in that last. We are trying to keep like a pre-K classroom or kindergarten classroom, enough furniture for classrooms, because as we have to add a random classroom here or there, we don't really have the funds just to purchase a whole new classroom. We have Hampshire right now switching from student desk to tables. So that means at some point they're gonna switch from tables to student desks. So we're trying to like think ahead of what's happening and be like, oh, this is nice. We're gonna keep that for when they decide to transition, whichever way they decide, whoever it is. They make this decision. So a lot of that is being stored in Slingsville. It's a little haphazard right now as we try and get organized. We are attempting to get out of all of the outbuildings at Romney Elementary so I can turn power and water off to those there's meters upon meters, whether it's electric or water in those facilities that I'm trying to get out. And then ideally, we'd like to start selling some of those modulars too. That requires me to do the RFP for the auctioneer. Hopefully, I can start on that now that June 30th is almost gone. So, and that includes the outside modular at Slingsville.
I had a quick question for you. Those modulars, do they have to be sold at public auction or can it be a sealed bid?
I don't know. I'll have to ask that question.
Well, could the sealed bid be made in at a public auction?
I'd have to ask that question. And the state is gonna tell me it depends on if it's real property or personal. And then I have to see if I have a title or something if it has wheels underneath of it, then it's personal property, it can be done one way. If it has a foundation under it, it has to be done the other way. So like John Jay's modular had a foundation under it.
Right.
They had the wheels later to roll it, actually they put that on a flatbed, but apparently what's underneath of it decides whether it has to be one or the other. I don't know what's under any of them yet.
Do you know if any of the meters that you have, like in some of these places that you're wanting to shut down and take offline, are any of them demand meters? Do you know that?
The demand meters that I have right now are like Hampshire High School, Romney Middle, Cambridge Middle, and our new buildings.
Okay.
Our old buildings are grandfathered in under the good meter, so no.
Well, we thought we had that situation in our church and they put a demand meter on it. That's a
Yeah.
nightmare. So I was just gonna say, because if so, that was the one you want to shut off first.
Yes, yes.
So, okay.
We have shut the water off to the main junior high building already on our end. So there's no water coming in from the meter. So if you turn the spigot on, you might be able to flush the toilet if there's a tank. Just to eliminate water running and us not knowing it.
Oh, yeah.
So Crystal like rocked Slingsville for me today, and she does walk the premises of those buildings at least every few days. We're finding people are going in, stuff is moved, doors are propped open, it's very odd. So anyways, we posted signs just trying to deter that. I've spoken with the sheriff.
I was gonna say, do we still have cameras out there?
I don't want to answer that on
Yes,
one
we
of them.
do. We do have cameras out there.
Okay.
So, yes.
Tom,
So-
there should be cameras
There should
still
be.
there.
And
Yeah.
if people are going in and they shouldn't be,
Yeah, in no disrespect at all to our maintenance guys, but this is a monumental undertaking. Is there any way that we can get some help in there? Because we're behind the eight ball.
So
We-
we've talked
we know.
about like day report or, at one point there was, I'll call it the trash picker upper crew that need community service hours. I don't know what, I don't know who the umbrella is that oversees these hours. But I was gonna try, yes, Crystal probably will be the one that reaches out to try and see if we can get some organization or entity that offers community service hours to help us try and whip through Romney Elementary. So if you know of somebody, by all means,
Yeah.
send that information my way and we'll be happy. That's kind of what we're hoping for, so that our men can work on some other things to get ready for school to start. Believe it or not, that's the process we're on right now, so.
And we don't have students within,
Right, there's no one,
So-
other than South Branch. We have a few elementary schools with some tutoring going on, bless you, that I have some students in the new buildings. So, but not Romney Elementary, not the one I need to do.
so it may be beneficial then to reach out to Sheriff Sines and say, hey Nathan, what can, you know, we
I'll
always
shoot
do
him
work
an
really
email
well
when I sit down
together.
just to see if he could help me with that.
Okay.
Any other questions on that process that we're going through right now? It's been a little while, I thought maybe I should just kind of let you know where we are. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
22,000 in less than 2 weeks, that's pretty good.
That is good.
Number 5, approval of minutes. I recommend that the board members approve the June 9th, 2025 Board of Education minutes.
Has everyone had an opportunity to look over the minutes? Is there any,
Yes.
I haven't seen anything. Did you get a chance to approve?
There is none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll make that motion.
And a second?
I'll second
And probably moving second. All those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Number 6, I recommend that the board members approve the following consent agenda items. Finance items, bills, budget revisions, transfer between funds, treasurer's report, earmark designation of general fund carryover for fiscal year 2025.
Had everybody gotten there with a flurry of emails? Miss Denise has been working the midnight oil,
it. Yes, she has.
so
She's over there, but I did, what I keep looking for is the bottom line, is like the bottom line, how are we doing as far as closing it out in the black? Oh, no.
So that's what this earmark is.
Okay.
So, where we are right now, as of whatever clock I sent that to you this morning,
Okay,
we had 626,000 in the reserve. That has changed a little bit because, and I'll just give you an example. So health insurance changes effective July 1, which changes for all of our carryover pays. So just the bus driver line alone was just shy of 13,000 just for that handful of bus drivers increase in premiums. So I have adjusted it, but instead of taking it out of the reserve, I took it out of the salary line item of an unspent line item where I had money left. So we still have another payroll to run. We are frantically, we had to run everything for June 30th. We still had people turning in timesheets at 4 o'clock today because people were working. So we will run that either tomorrow or the next day. Then I will be able to see like salaries, for example, sub-cost, benefits, what's not there. But the open POs has to be open for 60 days. So the accrual process is a 60-day window for governmental entities, and we have until August 31st. So we have to look at every transaction, whether it's a revenue or expenditure, and say, was this incurred in June 30th or before, or July 1 and after? And then that decides what we do with it. So the number I give you today will change depending on that 60-day window, and depending on what line. I don't know what's in all those line items, because last night when I worked on it, we still had 2 more payrolls to run. So as of last night, we had 626,000. I budgeted 1.7 million as our carryover into next year, not counting some of these open POs and things like that. So I need to find at least 1.1 million between now and the time I finish the financial statements. It could be through closed POs that are open that we don't use. It could be through line items that we had a budget on and didn't spend it. It could be through, I don't know, or it might not happen. So what'll happen is, as July goes by, August goes by, I'll keep you up to date.
Okay.
But it changes. Every
Yeah.
time the girls run a payroll or check run, those numbers just, one day it's this and one day it's.
I understand. I know people that are outside of, I just keep asking, not because it's not
Yeah,
trusting, but I
yeah,
want people to get the idea that it's a moving
It's a
target.
very moving target right
So,
now,
yeah.
yes. And normally we're closer, and I don't need 1.1 million at this point in time, but we're not, and we knew that. We know it's gonna be tight, and I expect it to be very tight next year.
Right.
So, but we'll work on it.
Okay.
But I will keep you up to date. I'm not gonna get to the financial statements in September and surprise you.
but we are,
Do that.
and just for clarity's sake, we are in the black.
We are in
not
the
running a
black.
deficit.
Correct. And when I talk about this earmarking funds is, you as a board have to designate any assigned dollars in the general fund, in the fund balance, as a part of GASB 34, in order for me to record it properly in the financial statements. You have to do that today. even though I will accrue stuff for 60 more days.
Right.
So, and then these numbers will change because some of these open POs will become expenditures. So it'll go from expenditure into an actual transaction, the PO will close. So this report will, when you get this, you'll see it says September. I don't know what date I'll be done, but you'll see what my new numbers are. Obviously, the carrier number is gonna stay the same because that's what we budgeted. But step 7 could change because I do have a handful of open POs that could have been ordered in May, June, that would have been a May, June transaction that will get pushed back. So it's, you record it and then you reverse it and then you record.
Yeah. I wouldn't want your job.
It's okay. It's crazy, but. Any questions on the gazillion budget revisions? And I apologize, it was a lot. And even today, they kept changing on me. I was like, please just stop moving numbers. So, anyways, but we should be good.
Okay.
Do I have a motion to approve consent agenda items A?
I'll make that motion.
Okay. And I'll second it. All those in favor signify by saying yes.
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 Motion passed.
All right, consent agenda item B, personnel.
Do you have quite a few aides?
It's really moving around. There hasn't been any new positions. I'm trying to remember, it's it's or where it originated from, don't ask, but those last couple of jobs are just from movement or resignation. Maybe a resignation spurred that movement. But yeah, there haven't been any additions, it's just continuous. And they prompted more moves. So anytime that says transfer, that makes a new move. I know where 2 of the positions came from. We had 2 aides that had finished their coursework and they become teachers this year.
Okay. Okay.
What was
We
that?
had 2 classroom aides that have finished their coursework and they become teachers this year.
Yay. Good for them.
Yeah. They should be very proud of themselves. It's hard to work and do that at the same time.
You have one on there that's.
Finger, hit a finger. Well, which one is it?
Okay. Do we have a motion, any discussion, anything like that? I'll entertain a motion to approve the personnel portion of the consent agenda.
That AA,
Yeah, Shirley pointed out that I hit 24, 25 with the.
it
Well,
should be
with that
25,
correction,
26.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we approve the personnel section of the consent agenda.
Do you have a second?
A second.
All those in favor, signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? Motion passed. I do want to just point out, it's really nice, if you look on 7D, approved observations clinical experience for Taylor Treadway.
Yeah.
She's great.
Ms. Taylor was one of our shining stars in the Grow Your Own.
One of our first.
One of our first, yeah.
My first one.
Proof is in the pudding of that.
Yay.
All right, so we're moving on to number 7, non-consent agenda items. I recommend that the board members approve Encova Insurance as the workers' compensation carrier effective July 1st, 2025 to July 1st, 2026.
And this was, everybody show you that because we've had some claims, it goes up.
Yeah, we got that email from you back a few weeks ago, a couple
Yeah.
weeks. Yeah,
Do you have a motion
I'll make that motion.
and a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor, say yes.
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 Motion passed.
Okay, B, I recommend that the board members approve the MOU with Parks and Rec regarding the Hiram Field with requested change.
I'd like to table that right now. We had, during our work session, we had talked about this and there was just a topographical error in there. We had sent that off, got it to the attorneys, and we returned it back to Mr. Carroll with Parks and Rec. Now he needs to present the new one with the changes to his board. So that could be, it may be on next agenda, it may be the following, maybe once a month. So we're just going to see where that falls. But this was just a very simple, yeah.
So we're gonna pull it.
Yeah, we pull it and did, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and this was just some verbiage that said 5 years and it need to be forever because of the field.
And that, everything in there, just because it's been a while, you know, we were boom, 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 boom at the end of June. And that covers the fact that it'll always be used,
Yes.
always be used for,
Yeah,
right, okay,
yeah.
okay. But we're tabling it anyway, so.
Yeah.
And just trying to keep it in that memory of mine.
Are we going to do the same thing with C? We're gonna pull it until we redo the wording?
No, I think on this, Ms. Shirley, just to make sure, do we pull it or does it need to be read 3 times?
For- That's,
It's just, I think,
it's just with the MOU, or,
Oh, they're on
C.
C.
on C,
no, she told me we didn't need to pull it, we could just make the corrections
Yeah,
and
we just
approve
make
it.
the corrections.
Because it's not anything that we didn't discuss last
Right.
time, it's just getting it down in the
so we
print.
can just go ahead and make those changes now and go
Be
ahead and
done.
vote on it?
Yeah, we kind of need to,
Yeah, we do, because
More than deadline.
this, yeah,
yeah.
okay, so,
I'm sorry, Ms. Shirley.
She needs to read that for us.
Yeah.
I know, she
Did
does.
y'all need to do anything to vote on B, or you just?
No,
Agreed,
we
no,
just-
we
Okay.
just pulled it.
Okay, so C, I recommend the board members approve revisions to policy 1070, board members' compensation.
Okay. Going over it, if you look on, it's the last page of your packet. And it's just a victim of things going on there. We had made such a nice policy way back last year
Yeah,
and tried to incorporate everything that the legislators were saying, and now they have completely changed things around. I think that personally, just reading over it, that we could probably scratch number A1 and 2, because all that's referring to an old House bill.
But we still need A there.
You just,
Yeah,
you
but we
need
scratched
A, but,
A1, A2.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
just totally different.
If everybody's, and then maybe update C1 to, at the end, it says State Code 18-5-4, and also reading the House bill, it incorporated, it said also State Code 18-5-1A. It included 1A in there as well. And then the one that I think we had all talked about was on letter D, board members will follow Senate Bill 159, that is now changed to House Bill 2513.
So, okay, so,
2513, that's what I thought you said. Gotta check the ears.
so basically, in a nutshell, we've got A, we'll be changing compensation to $260 per meeting attended. B, the total number of allowable board meetings per year will be capped at 40. C, we need 12 hours of training.
Mm-hmm.
And then C1, we can be paid for 5 additional meetings for certain purposes: personnel hearings, student expulsion hearings, school closing hearings, disaster, to cope with disaster. And that's where we're gonna put State Code 18-5-4, 18-5-1A.
Right.
And then 2 is gonna remain the same. Board members who serve on an administrative council of a multi-county vocational center may be paid for attending up to 12 meetings at the same rate as for meetings of the county board. And then 3, board members shall be paid for up to 2 trainings.
Mhm.
And then D, board members will follow HB 2513.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we got it?
So is everybody good with that?
So did you get all, everybody
Yeah, George.
wrap their head around that?
I'll entertain a motion to approve that policy 10, the revision to policy 10-7.
I'll make the motion to approve the revisions to policy 10-7.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Jeffries. All those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? Passed. Now to,
Let's just continue.
Yeah, let's-
Let's just do these two.
Okay, and then let's do D. I recommend that board members approve revisions to policy 4120, substitutes in areas of critical need and shortage. I wrote the policy, so if you have any questions, let me know.
that's pretty well almost everybody.
It's almost everybody, and it's exactly the same, it's just the change of dates.
Change the date.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if there are any other subject areas that I missed, I can revise them.
Okay,
If it comes
all we
down
have
to it.
do is just approve the revisions again.
Yep.
Okay. All right, I will, I make a motion that we approve the revisions to policy 4120.
Do I have a second?
Okay.
Okay, it's been properly moved and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, E, I recommend the board members approve revisions to policy 2008, Title I, Parent and Family Engagement.
And this was just another housekeeping, changing a bunch of 11-16 to 11-18, it looked like. Okay, I'll make that motion. We approve the revisions to policy 2008. Okay, it's been probably moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Motion passed. Now, for a pretty exciting part, we have a couple of, well, it's a big day for us. It's been a long
Yes, it
time.
is.
So we would like to officially welcome Mr. Collett and
Collett.
Collett, I'm sorry, goodness gracious. Russ. And Judge Carl. Gentlemen, the stage is yours.
Now look, I'm no rookie to this stuff. I grew up a superintendent's son. You don't meet on Mondays.
We do what we want.
That's right. I'm very sorry if I held anybody up.
No, you're fine.
That's tomorrow.
I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna help you a little bit.
Oh, I got that on my.
You don't need that. I'm gonna put all there.
There's no there. Good Shepherd? Yeah, your son-in-law told me that.
Yes. He's a good boy.
He's very good. But he's from Kaiser, so I have to be careful.
I understand.
Are you ready? You have anybody?
You wanna come home with us?
Step a little bit, Michelle.
Oh,
Right hand lady.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I went. Put the rock, you can stand right
Okay,
there.
smart. That was my hits.
Yeah. There we go.
All right, then raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, George Russell Collett,
I, George Russell Collett,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
as Superintendent of Schools
as Superintendent of Schools
for Hampshire County, West Virginia,
for Hampshire County, West Virginia,
to the very best of my skill and judgment,
to the very best of my skill and judgment.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Drink.
Well, the problem is only that Alice is gonna have something.
Oh.
Thank you. All right. Yep.
Put that in mind.
I know that there was
Oh, really?
I know you're supposed to be here.
Thank you all for having me.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming.
Have a nice rest of your day.
That was a quick start.
Oh, that was quick.
We're getting money, so we will. Or somebody's getting money.
Was someone accepted? Would you like me
Yeah.
to accept it in their
Do we have
place?
those people here?
No. Delegate Hillenbrand, unfortunately, nobody showed up. Who would you like to have in their stead?
Well, why don't you, as president of the board?
The timing of what you just did is perfect, because I don't know if they anticipate this arriving today or actually being available today. This is addressed to superintendent.
Oh,
Well, there we are. There we
It's
are.
first official.
Why don't we present this to
can do that.
Superintendent Collett?
Cool.
For those that not entirely familiar with what's going on here, I was asked if I could obtain some LEDA funding, local economic development assistance funding for the playground at Romney Elementary. I wish I could do it for all the schools. We unfortunately don't have an infinite amount of money, but was able to do that. Somebody in Charleston must have thought this was important because I have several others that are months older that I still don't have checks for. So this one jumped to the top of the list for some reason, which I'm feeling great. The other reason why it comes here as opposed to the committee that's doing the playground is, and this is not unusual, it happens with the county commission and others, is with regards to being in the system called Oasis and all the rest of that, which some of you are aware of. But at any rate, this is the important part. You better check, open that and check, make sure it really does say 5,000 in there. But signed by the governor here, and says congratulations on the local economic development assistance grant. You've been awarded by the West Virginia House of Delegates. Please find and close a check for $5,000. We'll find out if that's true. As requested by the West Virginia House of Delegates to be used to purchase playground equipment for the South Branch Elementary School. If you should have any questions, comments, concerns related to your grant, please contact the West Virginia House of Delegates Finance Committee, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
So really?
Yes, it does.
Woo-hoo. So, and I realize this is, playground equipment is super expensive, you guys know this. So this is kind of a push in the right direction. It's not going to get us over the top.
Great start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
it is.
I'm glad I could do this, and looking forward to seeing kids playing on it. And sorry Brandy wasn't able to be here, but hey, maybe she thought it was Tuesday as well.
That could have been.
Never know.
Thank you again.
Congrats. Well, Mr. If you don't mind, and I hope I'm not talking out of turn, I wanted to make it known that in some kind of behind the scenes, he was reached out to by some of our staff. And apparently, the best I understand, you've been able to help acquire a number of classroom-sized flags.
Oh, yeah, and I'll get those to Mrs. Haynes. We got to figure on the right date.
Well, we truly appreciate that. That's just kind of an added surprise, and we definitely appreciate everything.
Thank you.
do.
Thank you
very much.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any other discussion or, there was something? Oh, I just, in passing, matter of fact, Miss Denise had told me we had, more of our educators rising. I believe they had
Oh, yeah,
gone,
they're in Florida.
well, they're back home.
Are they?
And apparently we had 2 of them placed within the top 10 in the nation. We don't know how high, but you know, they were between 4th to 10th in the nation, which is pretty
That's
amazing.
awesome.
And I do want to say out there, I appreciate the grounds look great. You know, I think the guys did a good job. I know it's summertime and everybody's battling rain. I know we try to make hay and it's a little difficult. I can imagine mowing grass. So,
How many did you say? How many did you say? 4?
40 flags.
No, I'm saying how many?
2.
Oh,
Two
2.
different groups.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and then I talked to Mr. Stewart, and we are on in October for homecoming. We have a big.
That's right, we said we would do
Yes.
homecoming.
Yep. And
Do you know the date?
yes, October 10th at the gate at Hampshire High School at 4:30. Be there or be square, we will pick you up.
What time did you say?
4:30.
And dress for it.
All right.
We were cold last year. Oh, it was chilly.
Well, Without further ado, unless there's other business, I hereby adjourn.